Hi, and welcome to Module 1 of World Religions. This module is a little bit different. It's not like just one religion. Last module is not, and then there's one that has a bunch of several Eastern religions that are kind of lumped into one. Um, but as far as this module goes, this one is kind of just introducing us the idea of what is religion, and it gets us into some of the primitive religions, some of the precursors to like kind of mainline, not mainline, but more organized religions like Buddhism, Taoism, Judaism, Christianity. And so these are religions that are oftentimes tribal. Oftentimes they have less developed concepts of God, or they don't have a concept of God at all. And some religions, even the more developed ones, don't have concepts of God. And so we go in through some of that, and we basically discuss the idea of what is religion. And so you go down, there's several videos. There's a video that shows kind of the history of religion when all these developed. There's like Hinduism is considered to be the oldest religion. That's the one for which we have the oldest texts and records and evidence of its existence of some form. But that's largely an indigenous religion. Is developed. It's sort of organized around like the orthodoxy. So that, even there, that's maybe a little bit of a different concept in that Hinduism is not as organized as a concept as, say, for example, Christianity or Judaism, where they have like a clear doctrine and a clear consensus of what that religion is. In Hinduism, it's kind of just the religions of India that's the very definition of Hinduism. And so that's the oldest, and there's a video that sort of shows the progression. I just think it's kind of an interesting video. There's several things, and we kind of there's some lessons in there, and so I want you to go through all that, and that's the way I would do it. There's a test at the end of each module, and at the end of this module, and so you should make sure to prepare beforehand, because the test will be timed and the time will be set so that you can't just look every answer up. You do need to read and review everything before the test begins. As far as this one, it also gets in the idea of what is religion. And one of the things to keep in mind is most of us are like, religion's about God, right? As Westerners, I assume most of us are Westerners. Not everybody is, but most people in this course will be from the United States. And so we are, in the Western traditions. We have a concept of God. It's pretty dominant in Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. And so, a lot of us assume that's the way. But like Buddhism, there is no God. There's just sort of forces, and there's even like in Hinduism, there are gods, but they're actually avatars of, something greater. And even that concept is a little skewed, so Hinduism definitely has a god or gods, but it's definitely not the same. And so the idea there is what is religion? Religion is not simply just belief in God. It's not simply just a way of living. It's not just ethics. It's something more. And so religion is kind of a complex concept, and what we define it and how all these things fit together into that is an interesting idea. But these are things that essentially create a way for people to live their lives, and that is to find meaning, ethics, how to live your life, what to believe in, and that's what makes them religions to a large degree. And so we discuss that concept as well. And so that's what this module is about. Please prepare, review your work, and if you have any questions, email me. Oh, I did want to give one shout out. I should have done it in my the course overall introductory video, but this course was originally taught by a guy named Marty Morris. Developed this course, and I took it over kind of at the last minute because he got cancer and he ended up dying. This has been about 4 or 5 years ago. Really nice guy, and I took over the course, and so I took some of his lessons. And so occasionally you will see stuff that he developed, and sometimes you'll see stuff that I developed. And usually if you see like religious cartoons, jokes, things like that, if he references grandchildren, I don't have any grandchildren. I have a 4- and 6-year-old, but I don't have any grandkids. Obviously, with 4- and 6-year-olds. But if you review that stuff, or if you see stuff, cartoon stuff, that's oftentimes his, and I just kind of want to give credit to him. Very nice guy, and that's from him. And I've just sort of, if the stuff I thought was good, I just left it. I'm like, why fix something that's not broken? And so a lot of the things, he had developed, and I've changed and added, and developed, added stuff. But that's just kind of to give you a little bit of a heads up on that. If you have any questions, email me, call me, text me, reach out, whatever. Good luck.